Hello friends, welcome back to the lecture series over the DC circuit. In the last lecture, we have seen the different terminologies used in the electrical circuits. Okay, we have seen the difference between loop and mesh. Now today we will see how to solve the electrical circuit using the Kirchhoff's laws. Different laws are there, but first of all we will see how to apply the Kirchhoff's current laws as well as the voltage law for analyzing the electrical circuit. The things are very easy. First of all, we have to assume the unknown current in the given circuit. Better you write it down. Assume unknown current in the given circuit and show their directions by arrows. Then the next one is choose any closed circuit and find the algebraic sum of voltage drop plus the algebraic sum of EMFs in that loop. Third step is put the algebraic sum of voltage drops plus the algebraic sum of EMFs equal to 0. Fourth step is write equation for as many closed circuits as the number of unknown quantities. Solve equations to find unknown circuits. And fifth, if the value of the assumed current comes out to be negative, it means that actual direction of the current is opposite to that of assumed direction. And finally, we have to note it down that it may be noted that Kirchhoff's laws are also applicable to AC circuit. The only thing to be done is that the current, voltage, and the impedances are substituted for the means current, voltage, and resistance. Here IVZ are the phasor quantities. Okay, means phasor means the vector quantities are there and that we need to calculate. But now as our discussion is with respect to the DC circuit, we will see only the DC circuit in this unit. But same rule can be applied to the AC circuit also with slight variations. Okay. Now this point we will see one by one. We will take an example, then again we will see the first step and then we will go ahead. Now for the circuit shown in figure, find the current flowing in all the branches. Okay, actually in the exam this kind of question will not come. In that you may have to means ask particularly to find out the uh, current in a particular branch. That may be for example in this circuit you may need to find out the current in AF branch or in CF branch. Okay, then how to proceed? But here in this example we have to calculate the current in all the branches, because if we are able to find out the current in all the branches, then definitely you can find out the current in any one of the branch. Then we'll see first of all the steps wise. Assume the unknown current in the given circuit and show their direction. First of all, here already directions shown, but in exam you will get only the circuit without any arrows, means only here 2 ohm, 3 ohm, 5 ohm, 4 ohm resistances will be given with the and the batteries 30, 10 and 5. None of the other information will be given. First of all, what you have to do, first of all give the name to the circuit, like this is the node A, then give the name to the node 1, 2, 3 or A, B, C, D, whatever maybe it is. Okay, then here the name of the node given is A, B, C, D, E and F. Okay, once this nomenclature is there, then you have to assume the direction. Your assumption may be as per your interest. Okay, for example, here I have assumed the direction that current flowing through first this loop. We will call this as a first loop. Okay, loop is known to all of you. This is your first loop. Okay, this is loop 1. Let us assume that, and this is the loop 2. Okay, then I will assume that current through this loop is I1. Okay, and current through loop 2 is I2. Okay, I will assume this is an assumption that may be wrong, direction may be wrong. Okay, then we need to find out the current I1 and I2. Then because of that the current through this B2C will be having the arrow like this. This is an assumption, and already they have given. Finally, if you have got the I1 value negative, means our assumption is wrong and that will be the opposite, but magnitude will be the same, therefore you don't have to worry. Okay, then I1 assumption is over. Then similarly if I assume that current flowing through this branch is I2, then as per the Kirchhoff's current law, the current coming the net current sum of the current at any node is equal to 0. Node or junction is equal to 0, then incoming current is I1, I2 and outgoing current will be I1 plus I2. Okay, you may call this as a I3, but the I3 will be equal to I1 plus I2. Okay, and this is the assumed direction. Now once this is over, then second step is choose any closed path and find the algebraic sum of voltage drops plus the algebraic sum of EMF in that loop. Then first of all we will see the loop 1. Here they have given loop A B C F A. That is nothing but the A B C F A. This loop. Then we will start doing the calculation. Now first of all, as we are moving on this side, upper side, okay, as per our analysis, I have shown the arrow of analysis. Then here, as we are moving from the negative potential of this battery towards the positive potential of the battery, therefore here sign for the 30 volt is positive. Okay, here should be nothing is given, means that is the positive sign. Now here, as okay, then this EMF voltage over, then we will proceed to the next one, 2 ohm. Now here the current flowing through this 2 ohm is the I1 current, which is I1 means unknown quantity. Then as we are moving from the higher potential, here the potential is higher and here the potential is lower. Why? Because current is dropping. Now as we are moving from high potential to the lower potential, here we have to use the negative sign. Then here minus 2, here is the I1. Okay, this is the I1 value. Okay, then similarly if we go, now we have to focus only on this loop. Then just if we move ahead, then here another source is coming across. Then this source is the 10 ohm, but now in this case we are moving from positive direction towards the negative direction, therefore sign is negative, minus sign. Then if we go ahead, then here the 5 ohm resistance is there. Then current flowing through this 5 ohm resistance is I2. But now as we are moving here from, see that current direction is opposite, means here positive voltage is there and here is the negative voltage. As we are moving from negative to positive, means voltage is rising, therefore we have used the positive sign. Okay, therefore if we means manipulate this equation, finally we'll get the 2I1 minus 5I2 is equal to 20. This is our equation number 1. Means one loop is over. Then how many unknown parameters are there in this circuit? We are having the two unknown parameters, that is I1 and I2. Therefore how many equations we have to obtain? As per here you can see that write equation for as many closed circuit as the number of unknown quantities. Means as the unknown quantities are 2, we need to find out the two equations. Okay, now here therefore we will go for the second loop, that is FCDEF. Means this another F, this is the second loop, FCD, this loop. Okay, now we will go for this loop. Then again use the Kirchhoff's current law, voltage law, as well as the sign instructions, and you will get the second equation. Here you can see that if we start from I2, then minus, as we are moving in this case from opposite direction, means from bottom to upwards in the same direction of the current, therefore voltage drops, therefore minus 5 I2 plus 10 volt. Then as we are moving from here positive to negative potential, then here will be the minus 3. Then now the current flowing through 3 ohm is the I1 plus I2, therefore we have used I1 plus I2. Then again the voltage is dropping for the battery positive to negative, therefore we have taken the minus sign. Then again here voltage drop across 4 ohm resistance is in the same direction of the current, therefore minus I1 plus I2 is equal to 0. Then finally you will get this equation after the manipulation. Then by solving the simultaneous equations of this 1 and 2, finally you will get the value of I1 and I2. Here you have got the value of I2 is equal to 2 point uh, I2 is equal to 2.2 ampere, whereas I1, no, substituting the value of I2, I1 is equal to 4.5 ampere. Means we have got the both the values I1 and I2. Once the I1 and I2 is known to us, then we can find out the current in any one of the branch of this circuit. For example, BC current will be equal to I1, CF current will be I2, and if we have to calculate the current in CD or in D or in EF, then that will be equal to I1 plus I2. That is nothing but the 4.5. Uh, 4.5. Now here, as we are adding but the direction is opposite. Here you can see that we have got the negative sign, means the assumed direction of I2 is negative, means we have assumed that the current is going upward but actually that is going downward. Okay, means I1 and I2 is downward. Therefore the I this I1 plus I2 is equal to 4.5 minus 2.2, that is equal to 2.3. This actual current in this loop is equal to 4.5 ampere. Okay, then current through this is equal to, again that is means coming current, incoming current here, that is equal to 2.2 ampere, and current is also supplied by this. Okay, I1 and I2 is not on this side but actually this is on, means current flowing through this I1 and I2 is equal to 2.3. Okay, means here current is get splitted, this your 4.5 ampere current is get splitted into I1 and one more current we can say that I3. Okay, that is equal to I1 minus I2. Here it should be I1 minus I2. Now in this way we can calculate the current. Now because of the time limitation we will not go for the practice, but in means you have to do the practice of over the Kirchhoff's current laws using the various circuit. Now these are the examples which you need to solve. Here the answers are also given. All of you have to complete this exercise as early as possible and get it checked. If you have faced any problem, then you have to you don't hesitate to ask any question. Okay. Now this is all about the Kirchhoff's law. We have seen how to do the analysis using the Kirchhoff's current law as well as the voltage laws. In the next lecture we will see the more important laws required for the for solving the electrical circuits. Till date, thank you. See you in the next video, next lecture. Thank you.